Yo guys, I'm HB, this is Dr. Pink, and today we're going to talk about jazz guitar exercises, in this case the Autumn Leaves chord progression, which is a very typical one, and this one here, which is quite an iconic chord progression which pops up in many situations, sometimes only parts of it, sometimes the whole thing, and it's really good to work out an improvisation concept over the entire progression, you know, and that's what it's all about, and also about learning tools for jazz guitar improvisation. I mean, there are many ways to improvise jazz, of course, so I'm really withholding to say you have to improvise this way or this way or this way, but these are exercises which give you the tools to develop your own style. And this one is quite essential, the Autumn Leaves progression. I'm going to show you what we're going to talk about here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or something like this. And so on. You're going to check out different techniques and methods, how you can get into the jazz improvisation and learn the tools, how you work with the old stuff. So let's get started. All right, let's first check out the chords of the of the Autumn Leaves progression. We're on the key in G minor, and it starts with C minor, 7, to F9 or F7, to B flat major 7, to E flat major 7, to A minor 7 flat 5, to D7 sharp 9 or D7 altered, or just D7 to G minor. So this is the typical Autumn Leaves progression. Now we're looking at this whole thing as a full block, not only one chord to the other one. We're looking at it as a full block because this is a kind of a progression, as I already said, pops up in many situations again. And we're gonna go through a few exercises which help you to get through this full block here. First of all, you go through the chords and the modes which are associated. So we have C minor, Dorian, to F Mixolydian, to B flat major 7 Ionian, and I take positions which go along with the chords which are played, to E flat Lydian, A minor Locrian, D7 Phrygian natural theta, that would be this one here. To G minor, which would be Aeolian. So these are the modes. We have Dorian to Mixolydian, Ionian to Lydian, Locrian to Phrygian natural 3 to Aeolian, which is a block of modes which follow one after each other, and you need to be able to master this. And the first exercise is that you just play the mode of each chord starting on the root note. We're going from low to up. So I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems to be simple. When you do these exercises, if you want to make an additional exercise that goes all in one, you can pull back your phrasing to a laid-back feeling by making make an accent on the offbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'll show you how this sounds. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be the first thing as a first point of orientation. The next one, because a lot of lines always go one up, one down, one up, one up. Well, it's not a general rule, but it happens quite often, so we make one up. And one down, we start from the root note. You can also do the whole thing starting from triads or fifths, but that will be more an advanced exercise. For today, we just do root notes just to get into this whole thing. So we're starting from root, C minor, F Mixolydian, root from B flat major 7, root from E flat major 7 Lydian, root from A minor 7 flat 5, and root from D7 Phrygian natural 3. And okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oopsie. You can make the game, you can also change, you start from, you go down, then up, that will be that also works. You can also do the opposite, which is quite cool. Yeah, but I would really, when you start with this stuff, make the orientation around the root note, because if you go for triads or fifths, which also is a possibility, but I would not recommend it at the beginning. First, do from root to root, just to get a kind of a grid. What also is important in this case, that we do the same thing with arpeggios. So we have on the C minor, we have C minor 7 arpeggio. On the F7, we have a F7 arpeggio. On the B flat, we have a major 7 arpeggio. On the E flat, major 7 arpeggio. A minor 7, we have a A minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. And here on the D7, we have a D7 arpeggio. And here comes the same thing again, one up, one down. let's do it with the trainings track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, and you already probably know what's coming next. You make the full scale thing up and then you pick. Well, let's go the full scale here. So now the bar is finished. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now you pick the next chord note of the F7 and go back down. You can take this one because then it resolves properly. Or you can also let's do that one with the backing track. And so on. You can also revert that. It's all up to you, but I would really keep it first on the basics before you go more deeper into stuff like that. You can also do the same thing with the modes. You go up. Let's start here now. Now here comes the problem. When you do this, the next note will be this one here, which is not a chord note of the F7, but we need to have a chord note. Now comes the trick. You make a chromatic approach within the run up. And then you land perfectly on the chord note of the next chord. Let's see how that works with the backing track. 2, 3, 4. So that's why you need to know the grid where you're working in and also work within the whole chord progression, find your positions, find the next chord within what you're playing and find the chord notes where you want to land on and put in your approach notes if needed. That's quite a work. Now, the last but not least, this one now was just now the main theory, what you can do as improvisation tools, but now very specific on autumn leaves is the chord progression goes down. So it has a movement down to the low note, but you make a figure and make a counterpoint instead of moving it also down, something like this. No, let's do this. That would be a traditional way of following the chords. I'll show you quickly. So this little motif, we just move down within the chords. But as I said, probably it sounds boring because the chords are going down and the motifs are also going down. And if you want to make a counterpoint, that can be really cool and interesting. Let's do an example, this one here. So we're taking a regular C minor or arpeggio. Now instead of going down, we're going up. Now we're moving this up chromatically, which is basically, this is a wrong chord because it's a D flat minor chord, and doesn't really go along with the F7, but you can treat it as a motif which moves up chromatically as an approach chord. And we move it up again chromatically. And oh wow, suddenly we are here in the B flat major arpeggio. Now here we have an arpeggio for the A minor 7 flat 5. If you want to be consequent, we can do here a G flat minor arpeggio, which is quite wrong, but it moves up, and wow, here we are back in the G minor. Let's see how this whole thing works. So we're doing a counterpart now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It works, but it's quite hard on the limit, I must say. But so just some ideas how you get a whole thing over a whole progression, you know, not only over one chord, but you start moving motifs through a whole bundle of chords and progression. And this was just one idea, making a counterpoint, which is easy to play, but maybe not easy to listen. Yo guys, that was Jazz Guitar Exercises, the Autumn Leaf chords, or the Autumn Leaf progression. A way to develop a whole bunch of exercises over a whole progression, not only one chord, because when you're just doing one chord, it has to be somehow connected with where you want to start somewhere, you want to lead it to a next point, to the next point, to the next point. That's what you're doing when you're following progressions in improvisations. And as I already said, teaching jazz guitar improvisation, I found not so easy because everybody has to develop their own style. I just try to teach you the tools which are available, and then you can get into whatever you want. I mean, another idea you could do over this progression is just you play G minor blues scale, also works, and go with the intuition, or you take G minor blues as a starting point to keep it simple, and then go to the other one to develop another tool, is, you know, or another expression or another vibe. I'll show you quickly. Works, or now. Now I mix all together to try to create a really nice jazz guitar meal. Now always compared with the kitchen, you have different herbs. If you put only the oregano on your pizza, it's not cool because it's too much of that. The key of all is, my opinion, if you're a good cook, you display all types of flavors and make them work with each other. And that's what these exercises are for. So you need to check out different vibes, what you can do over a specific progression, and then you start moving on, and it's getting really cool and tasty. That's what this is all about. Yo, one more to say. If you love my channel, please subscribe, share it to all your friends you know. If you want to download this cool backing track, I play the piano, by the way, plus the tabs of what I showed to you as exercises. It's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there and make the premium member upgrade. Yo, that's all me and Dr. Pink are having to say. See you guys.